Last time on Darkest Dungeon. Week 52, we went on the hunt for a leper item for Plunkett. In the process, we ran into some afflicted down in the Warrens, and well, we ended up inducting 3 new members into the Insectoid Blood Legion that we were forming. Week 53, and my notes seem to have failed me yet again when it comes to the Swine King. As all it says here is we ventured deep into the Warrens to commit an act of regicide against the mountainous Swine King. As far as I remember, I think we tried to deal with Wilbur first, which you'll probably be seeing right now. And I think that was the mistake we made, and we had a bit of a rough patch with this one.
Okay.
As we just more or less enraged the Swine King.
Keep the bleed on. And we're done.
Week 54, and we gathered the God Squad once again, and trudged our way through the swamps of the Baron's Court, finding the Green Gate Key and venturing into the Baron's Keep.
Oh no! No! Why are healing skills disabled? Oh no! This is a bad thing. This is a bad thing.
It was a hard-fought battle,
there.
and we nearly lost Postal.
Oh my god. What? This is level 3? I need you to not take your actions for me. I need you to not take your actions for me. Just get rid of the thing. Get rid of the thing. Just get rid of the thing. You, back row. Why would you miss? The debuffs better be gone. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Thank you. Oh. Oh ho 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 ho. Attack the thing in the back again. No, or don't. Oh, this has gone so south. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take that. We'll take that. Both have an accuracy base of 90. We have an accuracy base of 105. Just end it. End it. Butts, this is your moment. That's my boy.
On week 55, we ended up just taking some rookies down into the Weld for a cash grab, more so as a cooldown from the previous week's endeavors with the Baron. Everything went fine, and it was a chill week. Week 56, we took a veteran mission in the ruins, and even though there were new enemies waiting for us deep within those halls, our champions valiantly accomplished their task of mapping out the lower levels before returning to the hamlet.
Oh, I've almost forgot about you guys. I wish I was capable of forgetting about you guys.
Hey, editing Benny here. As I'm just finishing all this up and putting everything together, I realized I completely skipped over week 57. It's not a huge thing. I mean, we didn't really do much with 57 except for hunt down the next stage of the Prophet, but yeah, it caught me a little off guard when I got here, and I realized I went from 56 into 58.
There we go.
So enjoy some of the Prophet footage.
That went a lot better than I thought I was going to.
On week 58, after we returned from our investigation of the ruins, we were greeted by a cosmic invasion beginning in the hamlet, and we immediately geared up to deal with it. We saddled up the God Squad and struggled our way through the 32-round invasion, nearly losing Darcy in the first few rounds of the assault.
We do have everybody maxed out gear-wise. I don't have any more Vestal items. Oh my god! What was that? What is up with these crits? Don't you heal him. Don't you heal him. You didn't heal him, but you gave him a stun resist, which... Okay. 2 rounds left for that. Go ahead. Big numbers! That's our guy! Can you please, for the love of all things that are holy and unholy, hit with your visceral? No, you can't. I just read the bottom line of text. I don't like the implications that there's a bard involved now, but I'm not going to praise you for doing average. We need... Honestly, we need Paracelsus out of here. We're done. We're done. We're done. Send us home, butts. The reward's not even that great.
Week 59, we took the Daddy Squad along with Monet into the Weld for XP and monetary gains, as well as setting up a Resolve XP buff for the following week. Where on week 60, we ended up taking down the Brigand 8-pounder in the Weld with 0 difficulty, might I add. Week 61, we ventured down into the farmstead, where we found out that our thrall is a monster of a tank. And we ended up grinding our way through all of the first farmstead mission. Hold on, plus 26 death blow resist? Why have I not been using you earlier? Week 62, when we returned from the farmstead, we were greeted by a town event that... What is this? Rather unsettled me. The Shrieker is near. What does that mean? Anyways, we ventured into the Warrens and the search for the thing from the stars, hoping to try and find it and see if we can get anything good out of it. But we didn't end up finding it, and we just completed the mission and went home. On week 63, we delved back into the Warrens in search of the thing. Still no luck, but we did meet the Talon Brigands down there, and they were holding hostages. The hostage went free this day.
Oh, okay.
The swine in those tunnels found themselves a feast in our wake.
And you get a stress heal from it.
Week 64, we took a surprisingly good squad into the Weld in search of a Vestal item, and ended up getting a few more legendary heroes out of it by the end. We're pretty far into the run now, and in week 65, the God Squad banded together and led the first assault on the darkest dungeon.
This place looks awesome. We're gonna play smart. We're gonna play smart right from the start. No chances. Alright, we need to make healing our top priority.
Through fight after fight, they struggled against the might of the cult, before finally they cut through to the beast. A squamous thing, incomprehensible in form and strength.
Wait, is that the boss? It didn't scout it as the boss room. Oh, I wanted to set up buffs. It's fine, we can do this. We're fine. We're golden. It's the God Squad.
Why are you passing, Darcy?
Remember, gang, if it bleeds, we can kill it. It's dead.
Ultimately, our heroes won this day. But they returned changed.
Yeah, did we have people die? What was that? What was that? Fuck was wrong with Paracelsus there? What's up with Rue? I'm worried about this here. Do we have, like, imposters? Are we secretly playing Among Us?
Back in week 66, the infestation is growing in these lands. The Viscount beckons us, with the threat of the affliction hanging over our heads once again. However, deep in the Warrens, there lies a festering maggot of malleable flesh. Gathering a squad of up-and-comers with the leadership of Paracelsus, we delved once again into the Warrens and slew the imaginative beast. Week 67, we made a lot of progress in the Crimson Court mission. However, the game really said, "Hey, you see how much progress you're making? How do you feel about doing all that again?" Because my PC had a blue screen issue that I had to trace and sort out before coming back to this. Luckily, though, progress was saved, but for about half of the pickup, I didn't realize that all my microphone drivers weren't working, and I had to go update them and get them working properly again. So after everything was fixed, we spent another hour in the courtyard before finally needing to leave before the party had heart attacks. When I come back here, and the boss is like 2 rooms away from me, I'm going to cry a little. Week 68, we ended up taking Mantle, Cumin, Erkenbor, and the Bowman to the farm hunting for the miller. This place hurts my eyes a little bit, not gonna lie. After a few temporal rifts deviating our path, we came face to face with the miller himself.
You have a pretty high stun resist there, bud. So how about we just skip it? Let's get on brand. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. But first, let me get the big shot in. Kabam! Yes. That's a little bit. That's low on damage though. Either way, good round butts. Good round butts. You know, one good swing and we end this here. There it is. That's our boy.
It's weak funny number time, and we decided to head into the pet cemetery just to check it out at least once before we finish up. While there, we found out you can get a really useful item that reduces damage from bloodsucker type enemies by about 20%. And we may have decided that there's potentially a few more runs to the pet cemetery upcoming in the future. Should we have the time, as we are now in crunch mode to finish the Darkest Dungeon missions before day 100, with round 2 being in the 70s, round 3 being in the 80s, and finally the last run being, hopefully, on day 100.
Interesting.
Should we complete them all by that point, that is. Week 70, we took out the B Squad and hunted the Kraken in the courtyard for a guaranteed Viscount invitation. And we destroyed the beast.
Okay, not a fan. You get more actions as the fight goes on. And I don't quite appreciate it one little bit. Going down, fish boy. Aw, you moved out of the way. I wanted to have him do it. Finish it, Morisco.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
A little bit of an overachiever. We could have used that a while back, but good.
When we returned home, we were pleasantly surprised by a town event that allowed us to resurrect one of our fallen comrades. Pierpont was valiant, but our efforts lie with Reynald, and we brought the Holy Zealot back from the lands beyond to once again toil through our struggles.
It's not the smartest move by any means, or any stretch of the imagination. But we bring Reynald back. We can get the achievement still. Plus, Postel's doing a fantastic job in Pierpont's place, so we don't really need another one of those. So we're bringing Reynald back, baby!
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
The boy has returned.
Week 71. The time was upon us to grab the God Squad and end the terror that the Viscount set upon us. A few rooms away from where we start, we found the door to the boss.
So it didn't tell me that this was the boss room. It doesn't have that much health, actually. Yeah, just set up our buffs. This shouldn't be that bad. We could stun it, actually. Oh, a heal. Alright, butts. You got a special job this time, buddy. Take down those bodies. Oh, okay, now this kind of did screw us a little bit, but, you know, it is what it is.
Decimated.
Oh yeah, this is over. This is over. We're done.
Let us hope he enjoyed his last meal.
Yeah.
So it turns out, I also somehow skimmed over and missed week 72 when putting all of this together. So we're going to cover it now really quickly, considering that there's not a whole lot that happened. Basically what we did was we took the newly reconstituted Reynald out for some exercise in the Weld, and we unlocked the next boss battle with the Hag. On week 73, after dealing with the Viscount, we gathered a small band led by Reynald and ventured out to put an end to the toil and trouble the Hag was causing in the Weld. While there, we nearly lost Beignet to the Witch's Pot. But overall,
On the brink.
we came out on top.
The wood is still poisoned.
Week 74 was the proving grounds for Booker and Cumin, as we set out to bring them into the legendary ranks of our forces on a champion-level ruins mission to gather 3 holy relics and return home. Week 75, we took Reynald, Grentville, and Beignet and the young Vestal out to the ruins for more XP, and more ruins progress. After all, only a few weeks left before we need to assault the darkest dungeon once again. And I kinda wanna get some experience in these other places as well. Week 76, and we took the newly formed Daddy Squad out for a romp in the ruins, and... oh no, that was a mistake.
What? Let's stack that up. You can respawn things! Huh, yeah, this took a turn. This one enemy here took this party comp and made it a living hell. As long as we have a guaranteed death's door heal, eat that. Not horrible, but that is rough.
See, we nearly lost Daddy a few times, but we held on, and we also discovered not one, but 2 new enemy types that we really do not like. Everyone survived in the end, but we are more cautious now. Week 77, we took a remixed Daddy Squad out for some Ruins XP, and... well, we ran into the Collector in the second hallway, and we lost our Bowman while nearly getting TPK'd.
Oh, that's not good. That's the first time he's shown up in the entire game. You've had so many chances when I've had good parties. You want to come when I have this party? Oh, you. Don't like that. Really don't like that. I thought it was just one. That's 3. Or 2. 2 different ones, but 3 of them are still enraged, so we take more damage, or deal more damage. Go ahead and knock out the lower of them.
Obliterated.
Probably should have gone with the higher of them, but you know, here we are. No.
This is no place for the weak.
All right.
Foolhardy.
Okay. We're on 1 HP in a dream, buddy. 1 HP in a dream. 1 HP in a dream. Please roll big on this. You have a 28% chance to crit. If you crit on a medium roll, we are done. Oh my god! No! 4 HP. 76% chance to hit. End it now. No! Why? No! No! No, not like this. Please hit. Please hit. You have 95% chance. Oh! I'm not even happy about winning.
Week 78, and... well, that's the final week before we dive back into the dungeon again. So let's make it a good one. We took a few of the A-listers out to get the Ruins XP up, and we mentally prepared to head back into the Darkest Dungeon for round 2 the following week.
A dizzying blow to body and brain.
Alright, cool. Alright. Plunkett, not really pulling your weight, buddy.
Clearly in view.
It's week 79 now, and it's time to once again delve back into the Darkest Dungeon.
For it needs
So we
no
took the time to double-check skills on characters, thought about combinations, and formulated a strategy for this long haul of a mission.
The creature's blessings
We eventually
are
settled on
as
Junia
costly
as the
they are
healer,
robust.
Roger as a riposting defender, Butts as our main tank and siege engine, and Darcy for the viscerals off stun, playing around the 3 strength of riposte to hopefully auto-fight most of the battles.
Here we go. Team God's Paw is heading into the Darkest Dungeon again.
We ventured into the dungeons, and were met with a very rough realization. See, the 3 who entered before were stricken with near full stress bars before we even got started. Unspeakable horrors being faced back to back will do that to you.
Well, this is good.
The God Squad persevered, though,
Okay.
and though we were stricken down by afflictions left and right,
Hey, you know what? You know what? Good on him.
we also found virtues hidden within our heroes, and one after another, we achieved victory after victory, and succeeded in our mission to deal a blow to the heart of darkness. Side note,
Bigger the beast.
I wrote in the RikuDarkness.mp3 note for myself to remember it in editing, and I accidentally typed .mp2. And then fell down a very long rabbit hole of encoding information and wound up converting the line to MP2 format just because I fat fingered a 2 instead of a 3. So that's where my brain's at right now, in case you were wondering. It literally sounds no different. Why did I take the time to do this?